Well, ahead of tomorrow's jobs report expected to be chock full of census jobs, an accusation today that those jobs will be wildly inflated, and that accusation is coming from a current census worker. We'll get to the department's response in a minute. To Maria now, she's requested, and we have honored, we not use her last name or photo, but she has provided us with documents proving her repeated involvement with the 2010 census. These are these documents. I don't want to give them away or detailing her. But Maria, very good to have you. Maria, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can. Thank you, Neil.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
I know you're in a bit of a sticky wicket here. I mean, you're still a census worker, but what seems odd to me is, and maybe this is the nature of census hires, you're temporarily on, then you're laid off, you're rehired, and each time I understand it, it counts as a new job?
Yes, it does.
Explain that.
Well, it's my opinion and the opinion of really many others who are politically active and politically savvy and involved, that we have an administration that's attacking job numbers from both ends of the spectrum. In other words, I've been hired a total of 5 times, and you have the documentation there showing 3 hires, 3 training periods and hires for 2010 alone. There were 2 in 2009. And how they attack it both ways is that now I count for, in 2010, 3 jobs. I've been unemployed for over a year. But I count for 3 jobs. Not
So
only
one
that,
person, just you, Maria,
yes,
every time they hire you back from a temporary layoff, or they have a job or a neighborhood you're done with, and then they shelve you temporarily and then bring you back, presumably to do another neighborhood, another area, you're a new job.
well, let me tell you the really sad thing about this, and it's our tax dollars at work. I've worked my entire life, and I pay taxes my entire life like you have, and many of your listeners have. And what they do is that they hire you, they'll train you like a week, give you 35, 40 hours of training, and give you about 6 hours of productive work, then lay you off.
Why do they do that?
I believe they're pumping job numbers. I also believe they want to make sure that you cannot collect unemployment. And that's the other end, so you don't show up as an unemployed person. See, I show for 3 jobs, and I also show 0 for unemployment.
All right, Maria, we should say we've had an email exchange, our producer has an email exchange with your regional director. Mm-hmm. And my producer asks, can you please confirm that after workers let go for lack of work and then rehired, goes through new training for a new position that counts as 2 separate census jobs created? The regional director then responds, and we don't want to jeopardize this director's job. Mm-hmm. Yes, it does, even if it is the same person who is experienced. Mm-hmm. So this director is confirming what you said, which to me is nuts.
I just think it's really sad when you have an administration that's concentrating and focused on all the wrong things. We have to get Americans back to work. We're unemployed or we're underemployed. And a lot of us are doing this work and we're going back in because we need the $18.75 an hour. But it's general knowledge. It's not only me. I personally know a lot of census workers that I train with. We say, hi, how are you, time and time and time again. I was called in to enumerate the homeless. 3 days of training, 6 hours of work. I'm done.
And then what?
I was trained to become a certified fingerprinter. Never. I was paid for the training. Never called in to do fingerprinting. Not 1 hour of productive work.
All right, well,
that's tax dollars going out the window.
All right, leaving that aside, we did want to then go over both your head and your advisors, your Regency director's head, and talk to the National Census Bureau. They wouldn't come on, but they put out this statement saying when the work is complete, the temporary worker goes into an inactive status. They may be reactivated if there's more work to do or for another subsequent operation. At no time do we count a reactivation from non-working status as a rehire. So they are disputing what you're saying and what your director's saying.
That just is not true. As a matter of fact, I'm enumerating right now, and they're calling in hundreds of hundreds of test passers, and they're going to train them to enumerate, and I'm about to be terminated yet again. Why don't you just give the work to me? I'm already trained.
So you'll be laid off temporarily, then rehired.
I'm about to be laid off again. I've already heard
But you're going to be.
bringing in
But you're going to be
hundreds.
rehired.
Maybe, maybe not. This is my fifth rehire. You know,
Yeah.
so I have to tell you, I worked the 2000 census. It was a far more organized, open census. If I were to call like my local census office and ask for the last name of the person I'm speaking with, do you know they refused to give it to me? And I made a really big stink over that. A really big. I couldn't believe
Well,
it.
Maria,
you're
we're
not,
looking.
You're not a private enterprise.
Understood, but we're looking tomorrow at better than 500,000 jobs suspected of being created last month when the report comes out. And a lot of them are census jobs. And if you're right, you're telling us a lot of them are redundant jobs. Maybe you popping up a couple of times.
Well, you have the paperwork in front of you, and you can see what's been signed and sent back to Washington, D.C. My money's
Wow.
wired to me. And you see I've been trained 3 times.
All right, Maria.
March.
It's crazy. We're on it. It's all over our website. Read it.